Alright, let's do this. I'm a little tired, I'm a little out of it. I worked a double today, but I didn't want to go another day without making like a video because I want to do all five of the dispositions from the player's point of view. Like I was playing as those dispositions. So I'm gonna do two more videos after this one, but I also have a Warhammer party tomorrow. It is the final law of 10th edition. Because my Warhammer community is cooler than your Warhammer community, I'm just saying. Uh, just humble brag right there. But I also have Pathfinder tomorrow, so I'm going to try and do the other two dispositions tomorrow, and then some more videos later this week here. So bear with me here, I'm going to try and get through the Reconnaissance. And we are going to start with the Reconnaissance Mirror Match. So, if you're doing a Reconnaissance Mirror Match, you get the Gather Intel mission. First battle round, end of your turn, you control one or more central objective for 650 points. It's pretty legit. Second battle round onwards, end of your command phase, or end of your turn the fifth battle round. You control one or more objectives, excluding your home objective. And second battle round onwards, end of your turn, each friendly unit that extracted intelligence this turn gets 7 victory points. Three or more of your operation, or end of the battle, three or more of your operation markers are on the battlefield. And then also one of your operation markers is within range of your opponent's home objective for 5 points each for both of those here. This is really interesting because the extract intelligence action, your shooting phase, second battle round onwards. So you can't do the first turn. That's a big deal actually with this one. Unit is one friendly unit within range of an objective, excluding your home objective. Does not have any of your operation markers within range of it. Use limit, unlimited. Each unit that starts this action, this phase, must be within range of a different objective. Completes at the end of your turn, if your unit controls that objective. Effect. Your unit extracts intelligence. Place one of your operation markers within range of that objective. So you can't get rid of your opponent's objective operation markers. But they can only go on the central and the expansion ones in your opponent's home, not your own home. Your opponent can put it on your home. Putting one of those markers on gives you 7 victory points. That's crazy. Because if you control this central objective, now this one does not have split centrals. So central is going to be hotly contested, I feel like. But if you hold central, you hold one or more random objectives. So if you hold this, you get this too, really. And then 3 different turns, potentially 4 different turns, you do this action for 7 points. Like, you're hitting your max if you score all 3 of these in the same turn. This one's got a little bit of a give to it. Like, granted, your opponent's got the same mission, so you can both kind of swing your score very wildly. I kind of like the mirror matches a lot, honestly, whenever you because it's the one time it's not asymmetrical. And a lot of those missions are very, just the mirror match ones seem really fun so far. I mean, because it's the one time you're not going to have asymmetry in your mission setup. You're going to be on the same one, and they're pretty good, honestly, I feel like. But this is one, like I said, like, tier constants players could probably swing their scores back and forth so wildly from turn to turn, depending on their army compositions that match up, that this could be a really cool one, in general. Pardon me. And again, layouts. Long edge, diagonals, short edge. And like I said, it is not the central is just one. So it's got the big unifying piece in the center. I think for all 3 of these, yeah, the other objectives are kind of the bigger areas, which is fine. And honestly, some of these tables feel the least terrain dense. I mean, look at this huge gap right here. Like, that's insane. Like, these feel the most, or the least terrain dense of everything so far. But they still have, like, the same amount of pieces as everything else. It's weird how much the positioning changes how the battlefield feels, really. But I digress. As we move on, we have the Reconnaissance player playing against a take and hold player. The Reconnaissance player gets Reconnaissance Sweep. At the end of your turn, 3 or more friendly units are wholly within 3 different table quarters and not within 6 inches of the center of the battlefield. So the current extend battle lines or whatever. Or engage on all fronts, I'm sorry. 4 or more friendly units are wholly within 4 different table quarters and not within 6 inches of the center of the battlefield. So 3 points for 3 table quarters, 6 points for 4. Really nice point, just or, well, like really nice point score on that one. For each unit destroyed, you get 1 victory point. And then second battle round onwards, you control 1 or more objectives, excluding your home objective for 3. So that's not per, so that's like 9, 10. So it's like easy to score, I feel like anywhere from 7 to 10 points on this one per turn, depending. And a lot of them are, is there any battle round? It's interesting as well. When you're playing the take and hold player that you're playing against, though, they get purge and secure. In battle round, end of your turn, 1 or more enemies were destroyed this turn by a friendly unit that was within range of 1 or more objectives for 3 points. Or 1 or more enemy units that started their turn within range of 1 or more objective markers were destroyed this turn or objectives. I keep saying objective markers, I'm still used to 10th edition here. Second battle round onwards, each objective you control, excluding your home, is worth 4 victory points. And second battle round onwards, end of your turn, you control 1 or more objectives that you did not control at the start of the turn, excluding your home objective. This one's weird because, like, you don't have to control a lot of objectives as the reconnaissance player necessarily to score. But if you are holding objectives, you're probably in different table quarters. So if you're holding objectives, you're preventing the take and hold person from scoring. So it's a weird dynamic. I talked about this a little bit when we were doing for the percent of the take and hold player. I do like this setup here, where it's either you're staying on objective and blasting something away and you score, or if something's on objective, you blast it away and you score points. Either scenario is fine. When it's only one of these, I feel it's hard to score consistently. But when both these are option, I feel like pretty easy to score consistently. Well, let's see here. I feel like if the take and hold player gets a strong positioning because of them getting more points for each objective they control, and then the battle round thing, like I feel like it's a lot easier for the take and hold person to score 11 points a round. And if they take something from the reconnaissance player, they get an extra 3. So like I feel like it's a lot easier to score 11 points on the take and hold side. But there's also, I guess, the caveat that the reconnaissance player can score 6 points in their first turn if they have the right army makeup. But if you're playing reconnaissance, you're probably going to bank into being able to do all your table quarters early on to get that little early lead. So in the terrain layouts, we've seen this before from the take and hold player's perspective. But they're really, I mean, like I said, I haven't had an issue with any of these. These do have some pretty big firing lanes in some of them, honestly. But they don't seem unfair, they don't seem imbalanced. There's places to hide stuff. Like the terrain, I'm gonna keep saying this, but the terrain in this edition looks good so far. It's really good. Someone in my community said GW really cooked on this terrain, man, because they really freaking did. It's impressive that they did 45 layouts. And there's a lot of difference between them, honestly. There is, but there isn't, I guess, right? Because a lot of the same pieces are being reused. Now, if you're the reconnaissance player playing into priority assets, you will get search and scour. And then your priority assets player gets vanguard operations. But for search and scour, any battle round, end of your turn, you control 1 or more central objectives for 3 victory points. 1 or more enemy units that started their turn within a terrain area are destroyed for 2 victory points. So someone's in terrain doesn't have to be like an objective terrain either. It's just control central objective, but this is split objectives. They are not split objectives. Okay. Any your command phase, second battle round onwards, any command phase or into the turn of the 5th battle round. If you're control, you get 4 victory points, excluding your home. And end of the battle, no enemy units are wholly within your territory for 5 victory points. Territory is not deployment zone. Territory is a way bigger area. So I feel like that's actually kind of hard to score. But anyways, a Vanguard operation player, or the party assets player gets Vanguard operations when they're playing against Reconnaissance. Any battle round, end of your turn, a friendly unit performed a Vanguard operation this turn for 4 victory points. 1 or more enemy units were destroyed this turn for 2 victory points. Doesn't stack, so you only get 2 for destroy 5 units, you'll get 2 points, okay? But Vanguard operation, objective action, starts your shooting phase. Units, 1 friendly unit within a terrain area located in enemy territory. Use limit, once per turn. Completes, end of your turn provided no enemy units are within that terrain area. Effect, your unit performs the Vanguard operation. So this is going to be in the enemy territory. Enemy territory, like I said, it's not their deployment zone, but it is their table half, essentially, here. There's a little dotted line on all the terrain layouts to show you that. Second battle round onwards, in your command phase, you control one or more objectives, exceeding your home objective for 2 points. End of the battle, you control your objectives, your opponent's home objective for 10 victory points. I feel this is almost easier than this. It sounds crazy, but like, I've had plenty of times where my home objective score is defended lately, and someone gets that like spot, or I didn't think the unit could fit. They check them in and get them in there and take my home objective by the end. I feel like keeping people at your table half is way more difficult. I almost feel like these should be swapped. No enemies units are wholly within your terrain. Like, you could ruin that with one deep striking unit late in the game to prevent them from getting that. You know, especially something like an Epi Downy or something like that that's going back and forth off the battlefield, like, Now it kind of evens out where they both get 4 for holding objectives. Oh, there's a little disparity here between these two. The other disparity comes here, so they do an action, but this has to be done in your territory. It feels kind of difficult. The destroying an enemy thing's not too bad. Where this one, use a little central objective and destroy someone in terrain feature, or terrain area. 3 and 2 points. Like, but there's only one central objective, right? Yeah, so it's kind of a toss-up on that one. And your opponent wants to be in your territory, so I guess I see where this one's coming from, though. We're gonna have to see how this one really plays out, though. But there's this dotted line here that's got the blue and the red pointing in different directions. That dotted line signifies the territory marker. So like I said, it's essentially your table half is your territory. Every map shows it really well, which I really like here. Some of them, like for the step deployments, they even it out really well. I feel like I would not have figured that out on my own. I feel like necessarily. Granted, you just find the halfway point between the two different deployment zones, either half and drawing a line. But either way, again, these trains look at that firing line right here. Jesus, it's like the whole fucking board, bro. I'm not monetized, I can swear. But there are some crazy fire lanes on this map. Oh my gosh. Especially with the flanks and everything on these 3. Bruh. Like, you come down this flank with, like, your heavies, and you have, like, you can fire all the way down here, you come down here a little further, you can fire all the way down here, and vice versa. Oh my gosh. That's the potential, man. See, like, shooting's not dead. Not at all. I'm sure it's going to have, like, favorable layouts and unfavorable layouts, but I think the biggest hindrance to shooting is honestly the mouse one plus skill for cover. So, but there's so much stuff in Disposition gave you +1 to hit or rerolls, so it'll be fine. It'll even out. I'll put shooting where I think it should be here. But anyways, if you're the Reconnaissance player playing into Disruption, you're going to get Surveil the Foe. Each time a friendly unit ends a move within range of an objective that has enemy operation markers within range of it, remove those operation markers from the battlefield. Any battle round. When, end of your turn, one or more enemy units were surveilled this turn. See reverse. Unless each of those units is within a range of one or more objectives that have one or more operation markers within range of them. You'll get 450 points. Second battle round onward, end of your command phase, or end of the turn of the 5th battle round. You control one or more objectives, excluding your home objective for 450 points. You control more objectives as your opponent for another 4. So you're right there, you did the action. That's easy 12 right there, right? Second battle round onwards, no enemy operation markers are on the battlefield for 5 victory points. You can get that. Man. So I've looked at this one before. Anyway, so the action that they have, the surveil the foe, then your shooting phase like the most of them, one friendly unit. Use is unlimited, completes immediately. Effect, select one enemy unit within 8 inches of your unit that is visible to it and has not yet been surveilled this turn. Until the end of the turn, that enemy unit is surveilled. Now, the surveil doesn't work if they're in a piece of terrain that has an operation marker placed by the disruption player. And the disruption player has smoke and mirrors. Which any battle round, end of your turn, for each objective that is a decoy, see reverse, you get 2 victory points. For each of those objectives that is within your opponent's territory, you get 2 more victory points. Second battle round onwards, end of your command phase, or end of your turn, fifth battle round, you control at least 1 objective, you get 4 victory points. At least 4 objectives are decoys, so you get 10 victory points. So, the decoy action is in your shooting phase, like most of them. Units 1 friendly unit within range of an objective, excluding your home objective, that is not a decoy already. Use limit unlimited. Each unit that starts this action this phase must be within range of a different objective. And if your turn, if that unit controls the objective, or completes then, in the effect, that objective becomes a decoy. Place one of your operation markers within range of that objective. Wait, so each time a friendly unit ends its move within range of an objective that has the enemy operations marker within range, remove those operation markers from the battlefield. You don't have to control the objective to get their operation markers off of the objectives. And there's another one where I think it's Disruption as well. They place them ahead of time in the game. This one they're actively placing them throughout the game. A lot of actions. You're the Disruption player. Where you don't have to do an action to get rid of their things they use for actions to get them. Man, it's so weird. And it's only for the objectives in each of your opponent's territories. The objectives in your opponent's half score you more. This is also split primary. It's the ones in each person's territory. That makes it kind of fun actually here. At least 4 objectives are decoys. And there's 6 objectives. So if you didn't get your opponent's home in like one other, but you got the other 6 or the other 4, you'll get that one. This is one of the weird ones too, where the Reconnaissance player doesn't have an end of battle separate scoring condition. But let's see, control objectives, more objectives. So you could potentially score what, like there's 3 in each half, so like 6. Like if you had just like each, for some weird reason, if you had your opponent's objectives, all of them in their territory, you could score 12 points right here and there on that just alone. Plus whatever the ones you had. Plus you control objectives, so that's like 16 points. You max out your 15 right there. If you have the army to do a bunch of actions and to be maneuverable, this Commanders could be really fun against your Reconnaissance player. The Reconnaissance player is just trying to take and hold stuff basically from them, so they can't put their decoys down. It's kind of interesting back and forth on that. I really like it though. But we got their layouts here. Again, like man, some of these pieces, like when they do this here, like it's so weird and unique. Or like how open the center is when you're in the center. When you're outside the center, though, it is not very visible. But once you get into like one of these 4 train pieces, basically, it's super visible, obviously. But like, it's so protected from outside that area, I feel like. You got this one. It's pretty train dense. I mean, there's some decent firing paths in here, but it's like, I mean, there's some good ones in here. Interesting. Anyways, oh, yeah. And again, short edge, long edge, quarters. It's following the same pattern. We got this. All right. And when we're the Reconnaissance player playing in the Purge the Foe, you get the Triangulation mission. Second battle round onwards, end of your command phase, or end of the turn. If your battle round, you control 1 or more objectives for 40 points, excluding home. Second battle round onwards. 1 objective is triangulated, say reverse, for 3 victory points. 2 objectives are triangulated for 6 victory points, or 3 or more objectives are triangulated for 10 victory points. You control, in the end of battle, you control 4 or more objectives, you get 10 victory points. Then triangulation says, it's an action in your shooting phase from the second battle round onwards. There's 1 friendly unit with a ranged objective. You can do it once per turn, though, and it completes at the end of your turn if your unit controls that objective. The effect of that objective is triangulated. Place one of your operation markers within range of it. Then the Purge the Foe player gets Consecrate. Consecrate when a friendly unit destroys an enemy unit becomes Consecrate unit. At the end of your turn, each Consecration unit in range of an objective, excluding your home objective, now you consecrate it, consecrates it. Place an operation marker there, the unit is no longer a Consecration unit. End of your turn, one or two objectives are consecrated. Three or more objectives are consecrated. Oh, so the markers don't go away. It destroys the unit becomes consecrated. At the end of your turn. So you only have to consecrate them once. I guess it's kind of the same with the triangulation. You only have to triangulate once. And then keep... This is my thing, like, end of your turn. So like once I have three of them triangulated, do I always score I score 10 points every turn then from there on out? We only do once per turn. And it starts in your second battle round onwards. So turn 4 and turn 5, you could score 10 victory points here. The thing is that, like, for the end of the battle one, do the end of the battle ones count towards, like, your turn total, I wonder? I would assume so, right? Like, they don't let you go beyond 15? Maybe they do. Some of them seem really weird, because some of them seem like they really put you in a position that put you way over 15 points. So I guess something we'll see when we have, like, the full deck rules here pretty soon, but it's a really interesting one. The Consecrate, too. Like, you destroy a unit, you get to an objective, it's consecrated. So when you have one or two objectives consecrated, you're getting 3 victory points at the end of your turn. Once you consecrate 3 of them, you're getting 6 at the end of every turn. That can happen in any battle round. So technically, if you had a fast, high-damage army, you could, like, destroy 3 units right out the gate and consecrate 3 objectives right away. And then start scoring 6 victory points every turn from, like, turn 2 on or something like that. Which, I mean, like 24 points right there alone if you scored it from turn 2 till turn 5, right? Capture the enemy's home. Yeah, I'm curious about these end of battle ones. Do they count towards your 15 limit for the turn or not? I am not sure. Like, I want to say yes, but maybe they don't. Like I said, because sometimes they just don't see in the compute. Show more to your opponent. So, like, once you get if you get your 3 consecrations down right away, you could easily score 10 every single turn. Like, sometimes it doesn't feel that awful to maximize your primaries, but sometimes it does in some of the matchups with all the points work out and everything. We're gonna have to see in practice, once we actually get into the edition proper, but it's very interesting. And this has split primaries as well. So it kind of makes the triangulation, the consecrate, a little bit easier. And the controlling 4 more objectives, your enemy home objective has been consecrated. Man, so, like, if you want to concentrate your enemy's home, and you got that, like, deep strike unit back there or something, that really fast unit, and you just destroyed 1 unit on it, you don't have to control it. Yeah, you don't have to control it. So you could just freaking run up there, destroy a unit on the enemy's home or near the enemy's home, and then consecrate it instantly, and then it's consecrated for the rest of the game. I mean, maybe, because these are the home ones a little deeper in the table quarters one here. I'm gonna call these the table quarters. It's close enough. Anyways, maybe it's corners. Corners, long edge, short edge. But anyways, but on the long edge to short edge one, the home is pretty accessible, I feel like, on both of these. It's not super far back. Maybe. And the way the terrain is spread out, it feels like a good distribution on these ones. Man, in my opinion, most of the time, I feel like the ones with the triangle parts split make the fuller feeling tables, at least. Again, we're gonna have to see in practice how this all really plays out, though. Ugh. Again, sorry. 25 or 12-hour workday, and I'm still doing this here, but um, yeah, these trains look great. Like none of them have like a glaring issue. Oh, and that's our last one here. Oh, good timing because I am exhausted here. But hey, thank you for popping by. Thank you for listening. I really appreciate it. We're gonna dive pretty hard into this for 11th edition here. But I will do the two remaining ones I need to do tomorrow evening, I believe, here. And then I want to just kind of talk about my thoughts and feelings on 11th edition so far, which is pretty fucking positive right now, honestly. And then we'll see what else comes out. Hopefully we get our points revealed really soon. And hopefully we get just like, I know we'll get the rest of the rules here by the end of the week. Hopefully we'll get the digital rules here before that. I think we will. And we'll get our points, like I said, like the field manual. We'll get that update soon and any balance updates that we may or not receive at the beginning of the edition here. So, well, thank you for listening. Thank you for chilling. Thank you for popping by. Go make some coffee and have a wonderful day.